It's a regular day in the swamp, huh? Huh? There it is, Pepsi, isn't that? Yeah, don't we have that? Pepsi Postgame show. Whew. Good game by our guys today. Great football game. Really interesting game. You know, you look at all the turnovers in the course of the game. You know, don't usually turn it over, lose 4 fumbles and win the game. But, you know, to be honest with you, I think what turnovers ended up being a push by the end. So, you know, I bet both teams are going to look back and say, boy, if we could have protected the ball, you know, if we would have been on the +4 side, it would have been completely different, totally different game. So, but they kind of were a push. Defensively, amazing job, Todd, his staff, the defensive guys grinding, straining, getting to the football as hard as they can every play. That's the type of defense we expect to play around here. Really proud of those guys. Shoot, they gave up 1 score, and that was on me. You know, if I don't fake the punt, they probably don't give up a touchdown. So, you know, I mean, I end up causing the only, you know, fault with our defense. Offensively, I thought our guys did a decent job managing all day. We knew they had a great defensive line. You know, but as the game went on, you know, we knew we were going to try to, needed to throw the ball to win, but we wanted to try to stick with the run game. And I guess you look at it, we ran it 33 times, threw it 39 times. So it didn't force us completely at any point out of the run game totally. And, you know, we're able to crack a long run there at the end to kind of seal it. And, you know, I bet not many people would have thought coming into the game that we'd rush for more yards than Auburn. So that was pretty good by our guys to be able to do that. Great run defense, and our offensive guys just kind of sticking with it until we finally broke one. So I don't know. That was exciting. I'll tell you what was awesome. The fans, you know, the swamp, and people say, oh, this is the swamp what it used to be. This is what the swamp is. That's what we expect it to be, is that home field advantage, most electric environment in college football, loudest stadium in college football. You know, and we need the Gator Nation, you know, to give that effort like the team gives, just all the time, continue to, like they do today. I mean, it's hard for any team to get in here and come for a win if that's how the crowd's going to be. And they did an unbelievable job today. You know, I mean, you look at causing some penalties, creating the energy for our sidelines, the energy in the stadium, the excitement the whole time. That's all due to the Gator Nation, all our student body, the band, the fans. Everybody did an amazing job. So, great win. We'll enjoy it tonight, and then get ready to go tomorrow.
10 straight wins, defending the swamp, top 10 opponent. How big a win is this, or can it be for the trajectory of the program?
It's a big win tonight. Don't mean a whole lot by tomorrow morning, so we got to get on to LSU tomorrow morning. But, you know, our guys, I think, we're building. You know, we're building. I know what the Gator standard is, and I know what the expectations are here. And I trust me, my expectations are higher than that, than everybody in the Gator Nation. So, you know, I mean, we want to play in these big games. We want to have top 10 matchups in the swamp. We want to play in these. We want to win these big games. And, you know what? Then you have to learn, and you have to get that mindset that, you know what, winning a big time game like this means you got to show up tomorrow and get ready to win even a bigger one next week. And that's what life's like in the SEC.
Pat, over the right. Two things. One, when you see Kyle laying on the ground with his hands over his face, obviously a lot of things had to be going to your mind for him to come back and get that done.
Yeah, I didn't see the play. I saw part of it, and then I saw it on the replay. And but you know what? I mean, in that moment, our trainers, I trust them. They're doing their job. Trainers are out there to do their job, and I'm trying to make sure, hey, let's get organized. We still have to go play the next play. We still have to keep playing, and the trainers are going to, you know, take care of them, and then we'll get out there and when it's appropriate to find out what's going on, to make sure he's okay. All of that, you know, in those situations. So I mean that happens, but you know, it's happened to us already once this year. And you know, our training staff does a great job. Medical staff, unbelievable professionals. They're out there. They get the job done. Then you know, they kind of let us get out there, make sure he's okay, make sure his teammates were able to get around him, make sure he's doing okay. He was, and you know, they came out and said, hey, you know, I mean, it was bad. He can come back in. I think he came back out. We got the ball back, but, I wanted to make sure he'd just run out, So we stuck with Emory, and I said, hey, you run around, throw some balls, get loose, and you tell me if you think. The trainer said that you could go back in, but you tell me what you think after you move around. I'm not just going to throw you in there. But we got a lot of trust in Emory. Emory came in, did a great job, and, so I got a lot of trust in Emory out there, and he did an awesome job. Let us down, get a field goal, and Kyle said he was ready, and we kind of went from there.
And then on LaMichael, I mean, obviously it's been kind of a struggle for him just to find holes for him to break one like that.
It was great, you know what I mean? And to me, if you look at it, and, like I said, we were able to try to stick with the run game. That, you're not going to sit there and say, boy, we were running fishing all night, just pounding away at them. But, being able to stick with it. And then, all of a sudden, he gets that one crease, does an unbelievable job, breaks the tackle, makes a guy miss, breaks the tackle, and then outruns everybody to the end zone. And, that's what you want. That's the type of thing he can do. And what the great thing is, you look at his leadership and what he's done. I don't know, you guys see him. Maybe hasn't been like, hey, I'm putting up big numbers, but he's just doing what he's supposed to do, taking care of business. And then he comes out, has a 132-yard rushing night. So, or 130, I'm sorry.
Andrea over here, left coach. With Kyle, just what does it say about his determination to just come back and gut it out and continue to make plays for the offense?
I think he's waited this long. He wasn't going to miss that opportunity. He wasn't going to let that slip away. Maybe he watched Emory go in there whipping the ball around and said, I better get back out. I don't know, must have a TV in the training room or something. No, I think, when you look at him, I mean, that's just who he's been. I don't, his character, he's never wavered since I've been here, and it's pretty amazing. And, so I think that the faith, the trust that we have in him, and that he's going to go out there. And he said, I can go, and he's ready to go, and he's going to do a good job, and, and he did.
Edgar up front.
Yeah, yell over there.
Just how pumped up were you for this game? I mean, in the tunnel, you were like going nuts.
Yeah, you know what? I get into it. I love the energy. I love the crowd. That excites me too. So when you open those doors and you walk out in the tunnel and you hear that deafening noise in the swamp, man, that gets you juiced. That gets you excited. I mean, I love it after the game, running around, high-fiving everybody, thanking everybody for being here. Man, that's what it's all about. That's fun. I mean, that's an unbelievable adrenaline rush.
Well, what does it say about guys just being ready for their moment, whether it was Emory, who looked very calm? I mean, Freddie Swain has been kind of in the background and had a monster game.
Well, I think guys understand that, believe in what we're doing as a team, and just go out there, trust it. And when your number's called, I'm ready to go make a play. And if you buy into that, everyone's going to have great success. I mean, look at the receiver position. I mean, those guys fight to be on special teams. They're like, hey, I want to make the play on special teams to win the game as much as I want to do at receiver. I mean, P. Ryan, kind of pounded away, nothing great happened, bang, game-winning touchdown, really puts the game away on an 88-yard touchdown. I think you look at all the guys defensively, guys are ready to go. Give me my opportunity, I'm ready to go play. Let me run down and make a tackle on kickoff, I'm ready to play. Put me in to kick the ball, I'm ready to play. It's just great mental toughness by the guys on the team.
Dan, much has been made of you talking to Kyle in the offseason about his situation.
Yeah.
Would you have blamed him if he'd gone anywhere? And did you try to sell him or full-on press, or how'd that work?
I didn't. I just was curious. What I didn't want to do, all I ever asked him, I said, hey, just tell me where you're at so I can make decisions for our program. I want to do, we're supporting whatever. I don't want you to leave. We want you here. But if you're not going to be the starter coming through, I think part of it is his trust that he was going to get reps and get an opportunity. And I think he trusted that. He did that. We made a decision to start the season. He didn't blink an eye, and he's stuck. And this is what, coach, this is what I told you I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And now he's gotten his opportunity. And then you want people like, you're not really surprised. I'm not surprised because he said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to be ready. And I've never heard him even waver, doubt, anything. Just keep us, let me know. And he's been that way since day one.
Dan, you are obviously complimentary of your defense in your opening statement. What stood out to you the most about it?
To me, really, 11 guys running the ball as hard as we can. I thought we did a much. We've obviously improved on our tackling from the beginning of the season a whole bunch. The other thing I thought we did a really good job. Really was being physical at the line of scrimmage. I mean, everyone coming in the game said, "Boy, you know, Auburn's going to dominate both lines of scrimmage. And, boy, they're great players, made some dominating plays. But, I mean, it's hard to look at the stat line and say that Auburn dominated the line of scrimmage tonight. And, you know, I'm really proud, you know, of our defense, especially on the, you know, with our defensive line, held them to 124 yards rushing, right? So, I mean, under 200, what do they have, 269 total yards? I think that's what, I mean, it's either 269 or 289. I don't want to misquote it because it's kind of small and writing. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. That's like a bad photo op for me right there with the readers on.
Glare on the camera.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we'll do that. That's they're for radio more. You know, I think those are the things that really stood out. And I think it was great to have, obviously, you know, I mean, like I said, first game we played, Marco and CJ, since I've been here, played together, and I think that's a pretty dynamic combination. You know, they had the one long pass. I said, I got to get with Todd. Obviously, we made a mistake. I know there was a lot going on, and we're doing this, that, talking other things, and move on, and then we, you know, so I will get the answer. I'll ask him, I'm sure. I wasn't planned that way. And but the rest of the night, we did a great job on the back end as well.
And you touched on in your opening statement, so I'll ask, what was the thought process behind the fake punt?
I mean, you can't bring it home with you. We practice it. We got a bunch of them we practice. You know, we thought they played a different look than what we were expecting. Than a different look than they've ever shown. And good for them. You know, they won that play. And but it is what it is. We'll call more.
How much of tonight offense was just chipping away, whether it was LaMichael or you went to Pitts a bunch of times and he couldn't ever quite break that tackle, and all of a sudden you hit him for a back shoulder for like 32. How much of that was just sticking with the plan until it finally broke?
Well, I thought the offensive staff put a great plan together and tried to create mismatches across the field. You know, it wasn't one where we're going to say, okay, we got a great scheme. We're going to just let's go get in here. We're going to run, play action, knock these guys off the ball. They got a lot of talent. We needed to create matchup advantages around the field and moving people around. You saw that with probably, you know, with shifts and motions and, you know, how can we get this guy matched up on someone? And, you know, whether I think we had a drive, we got a great matchup for Van Jefferson, and they get a couple PIs in a row. You know, we get a matchup for Kyle and get some different throws. You know, and then the patience where, you know, we're able to keep kind of chipping away with the run game and not just sit there and abandon it, just say, well, all we're going to do is throw the ball. And even though it might not have been efficient, in the end, it paid off for us.
We're going to wrap it up with Cassidy and bring Coach to the side and Freddie Swain up to the podium. Cassidy, last question.
Big. Yeah, I'll leave hold on. Let me get out of here for Freddie Swain to get up here to the podium.
Yeah. First of all, just real quick, how is Damian?
How's Damian Pierce? You know, we'll see. I mean, he's a little goofy anyway, if y'all know him. So I don't know. I just talked in the locker room. He seems like he always does. So maybe he's got an issue. Maybe not. We'll find that out. We'll find all the stuff out on Monday.
And then since you've arrived, you've preached Gator standard. Don't let go of the rope. Don't flinch. How much was this game, you know, especially that sequence with 3 drives in a row, turnover, was just kind of a culmination of all that?
Well, I think a lot. I think that's, you know, when you look at what we're trying to build here and the type of program we're going to be, the guys believe in it. You know, when you look offense, defense, and special teams, you know, we're a team that seems to all year when we need, you know, like, boy, we really could use a big offensive play right here. Oh, you know, 88-yard touchdown to kind of put the game away. You know, we could use a first down. We get a first down. We've turned it, like you said, we turned it over 3 straight times. We put them in some bad positions. We could use a stop and a stop, create a turnover at the big, hey, they get the ball in the red zone. You know, we create a turnover in the red zone. And, you know, we could use a big special teams play here with a big punt, get a big punt. You know, that's the guys buying into what we do, you know. And Nick Savage gets them. I mean, our strength staff does an amazing job to get our guys in shape. The coaching staff, we roll a lot of guys through, tell them they're going to play, and guys prepare the right way to go in. And, you know, and it's great. That's, you know, you get these type of wins, and they're team wins. You know, they are awesome team wins. And just proud of our guys. There's a lot of things we can clean up and get better at. And the great thing about this team is they're thrilled they won. They're going to enjoy the win. They're fired up. But they're also going to pay attention to detail to the things that they're going to need to improve on once we go watch the film and get ready to go for next week.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, let me get off to the side. Freddie, now introducing From North Marion High School, Freddie Swain.